I like to paint leaves, but actually to me, I'm not painting leaves. I'm painting abstracts, I'm painting butterflies, I'm painting birds, I'm painting skies, I'm painting lightning. I use the leaves as sort of a medium within a medium to paint other things. I like the way that the light hits them, I like the lines, I like the colors. My name is Sheila Evans, I'm from Spokane, Washington, and I am an artist. I work in soft pastels and I work in oil paints. I enjoy the process of painting. I'll sit for hours and days trying to come up with an image that I like, and when I finally do it, I get this little feeling in my stomach. I know this one's going to work. I was born in Long Beach, California. I lived there until I was 5, and then my family moved to Spokane, and I have lived here ever since. I've been drawing since I was less than 2. That was all I ever did. That was my entertainment. My mom used to paint, and she's always been very, very creative. And I remember her painting when I was little and we lived in California, and I started sewing and making little dolls, and I was always doing something creative, and Mom was always there helping me out and giving me ideas and pushing me to do it. I never felt like I was somebody that fit in growing up, and I'm sure that's typical of artists and introverts in general, but I probably had a stronger interest in science fiction than most girls. And Star Trek was born the same year I was. And I didn't catch it until reruns, obviously, but it was a big deal. I never missed it. I was a graphic designer. I spent many years as a graphic designer, which is sort of like being an artist and then not like being an artist at all. It's more like taking graphic dictation, I think, which eventually just kills your soul. There are definitely artists that I admire. I'd say that if there was any strong influence in my work, it might actually be Alphonse Mucha, who is more of an illustrator, and I was admiring his work during my career as a graphic designer. I think that there's some of that line quality in my work, but I make a point of trying to develop something that's my own, that I haven't seen anywhere else. I take a little camera and I go out and shoot my own reference photographs, and I'll go out in my mud boots and get into the flower beds and get down and shoot hundreds of photos of these little leaves when it's a perfect type of hazy day. And so far nobody's chased me out, so that's good. Something most people don't know about me is that I am one of the owners of a brewery in Spokane. In fact, right outside my studio door is the tap room, and I spend 4 nights a week pouring beer. It's a great contrast to the relatively slow-paced world of selling art. I don't know that there was ever any specific moment in my life when I knew that I wanted to be an artist, a professional artist. I just was an artist. I was drawing as soon as I was able to hold a pen, and that was all I ever did, and that was just what I was. The feeling that I hope that people get from my artwork is sort of a calm and meditative sense. I make artwork that I think that people would want to live with and get lost in. I enjoy being an artist. I like being able to decide what I'm going to make, and I love to make things. I've always loved to make things, and I don't know what I would do if I wasn't making things. And hopefully the art is making people happy.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.